Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your week is off to a fantastic start. We are going to kick this week off with an in-depth fragrance review, and we're going to be discussing the Maison Louis Marie No. 14 Icilia fragrance. I recently purchased this from Sephora. I obviously picked it up in the travel size here, but it is available in a 1.7 ounce full size, if you will. The travel size that I purchased retails for $32. The regular 1.7 ounce size retails for $93. I'll go ahead and link the fragrance in the description box down below. If you'd like to go read about the fragrance yourself, look at other people's reviews, I have it linked, like I said, in the description box. I recently picked this fragrance up alongside a couple of other scents that I've been interested in for a little while. And I have to say, I am so glad that I finally decided to look up whether this brand was cruelty-free or not, because for the longest time, I didn't think they were cruelty-free. I did pick up this particular fragrance at my local Sephora a number of times and would apply it to my wrist and just think, oh my God, that's such a pretty scent. That's so beautiful. But I would walk away from it again thinking it's probably not cruelty-free, and I just didn't feel like Googling in those moments. I should have, because I could have owned this fragrance a long time ago. You guys, this is such a stunner of a scent. I think this would be a beautiful fragrance to consider actually if you have a special occasion coming up in 2025. Maybe you're getting married next year. This is the type of fragrance that I think would be a stunning wedding day scent. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and read through the fragrance notes, and we'll talk a little bit also about the actual fragrance description that they have written out, because that actually gives you a little bit more in-depth information on the actual fragrance notes. So this falls into the warm floral category, and like I said, Maison Louis Marie is cruelty-free. They're actually vegan as well, so if that is something that is important to you, like it's important to me, you can feel comfortable purchasing from this brand. So the key notes in here are jasmine, Bulgarian rose, and vanilla flower, but let's go ahead and read through the scent description, like I said, because this is going to give us a little bit more in-depth information. So number 14 is Icilia, a warm floral fragrance, opens with top notes of ruby pamplemousse, mandarin leaf, and jasmine. At its heart are dark plum, vanilla, and sakura blossoms. A base of warm, sultry woods and sweet floral blossoms leave a shimmering effect, reminding you there is no better moment than now. So, what do we smell in this fragrance? First of all, I like to show you the atomizer, which I think is fantastic, especially for this travel size here. Super thankful this is not a rollerball. I hate the rollerball format, but this is a really nice atomizer here. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. So you can see the fragrance comes out quite quickly. It kind of shoots out, but it has a really nice even distribution. So I don't have any perfume running down my arm. And when you first spray this, that jasmine, you guys, that is the first thing that hits me in this scent, and they have such a beautiful jasmine in here. If you are a fan of jasmine at all, you have to try this fragrance. It really is the key floral note in this scent, and wherever they source this jasmine oil from, keep it up. Oh my gosh, it is stunning, you guys. It's clean. It's a white, clean, beautiful, perfectly sweet jasmine. Man, this is a great scent. Oh, I love it. Okay, so obviously the jasmine is something that stands out to me just from the get-go. What I find really interesting about this fragrance is this Bulgarian rose note. Usually I feel like rose is a fragrance note that really tends to stand out in a lot of fragrances. It kind of, in some ways, can take over a fragrance if there are other floral notes. This is the first time where I've seen rose mentioned, and it's not the star of the show, and I love that. Don't get me wrong, I love rose. Some of my favorite perfumes are rose-based scents, But this one here, that jasmine really outshines that rose. It's not until this fragrance really starts to dry down on my skin that I actually even take notice of that beautiful, soft, kind of more modern take on rose, but it really is towards the base of the scent. Like the dry down, it takes a good, I would say like 15 minutes before that rose starts to develop for me. So for me, I do get, right after that jasmine, I get that really nice, like, ruby grapefruit note, that pamplemousse note. It's a really nice touch of citrus, but it's not super aggressive. I don't smell anything leafy in the scent, so that like mandarin leaf note, like there's nothing green in the fragrance at the top for me at all. Really, I would say it's mostly that jasmine and that beautiful hint of that ruby grapefruit note. I do smell a really nice fruity plum note as this starts to dry down towards the middle of the fragrance. There is definitely vanilla in here and sakura blossoms. I can definitely see that. There are a few different floral notes. It's the jasmine that's the most noticeable. I would say it's probably those sakura blossoms second. And then at the very base of the fragrance is, like I said, when I smell that rose. Now also as this dries down to the base, they say that there's a warm, sultry woods note. To me, it actually smells like there's kind of a touch of like a warm sandalwood note at the base. It's not a super heavy woody note, which makes me kind of go the route of sandalwood versus something heavier like an oak or a cedar or something like that. It's really soft, light, and pleasant. Also at the base is kind of a nice like muskiness. It's a sweeter musk note, and it really, I think, amplifies the floral notes in this particular scent. It's just so pretty. And the fact that the star of the show is that jasmine, I think is really what kind of makes me think of this as a beautiful like wedding day or like bridal type of fragrance. Even if you are a bridesmaid or a maid of honor, like this would be a gorgeous fragrance to wear. Just such a pretty floral, but not aggressive at all. Like there's a lot of florals out there that can kind of knock you out when you first smell them. It just has such a beautiful presentation. It's soft, it's pretty, it's not in your face, it's not aggressive, and it's just a lovely scent. I mean, bottom line is it smells like $1,000,000. It smells really good, you guys. And if you like a lot of the same florals that I typically like, I think you're really gonna enjoy this one. In terms of the overall longevity of this fragrance, I think it has a pretty decent lasting power. I do wish it got me a little further into the day. I feel like at right around like the 5-6 hour mark is when I start to kind of think like, do I wanna reapply? So for me, ideally a perfume gets me about like 7 to 8 hours. Like a typical work day is like the most ideal situation for me. But this one almost gets me there, which is fine. I don't mind reapplying a fragrance, but it's nice, especially again, if you're wearing one to work, if it just lasts all day for you. I do find just the overall like intensity of the fragrance to be perfect. However, like I said, I don't like a lot of fragrances that necessarily will smack people in the face when you're first like approaching them. But I do like my, I do like my personal fragrances to be somewhat noticeable. I think this kind of has that perfect level of like, being something that doesn't necessarily enter the room before you do, but it does enter the room with you. So people are going to notice it when they come in for a hug. It's not one of those skin scents where you have to get really close to the person to be able to smell it. You're gonna smell it when you approach, someone wearing this scent, but it's not the type of fragrance that I think is gonna choke anyone out. I think it's quite pleasant. And as far as florals go, I think it's probably one of the least aggressive florals that I've ever personally used. Listen, I like this a lot. I love the dry down of this one. It has a great kind of Like, it works really great with my personal body chemistry. So for me, this is a total winner. I'm definitely interested in a couple more of these Maison Louis Marie fragrances. So if you think there's another one that you'd like to see me review, let me know in the comments down below. But for me, this has kind of been the one in store that I've always been attracted to the most. And I'm so glad that this particular company is cruelty-free, because this is one where I think I'll be buying the full size coming up here myself. So anyway, if you guys have any questions at all, definitely let me know in the comments down below. If you own this fragrance, let me know what your experience is with it, again, in the comments down below. I know that people like reading different opinions about the fragrances, so let us know what yours is if you have any experience with this one. I do have 2 more fragrances that I'll be reviewing for you guys, hopefully before the end of the year. We'll see how far. This week's looking a little bit rough, to be honest, but okay, sorry, I thought I was gonna get through the video without being interrupted, but here we are. My phone rang. Anyway, I do have 2 additional fragrances that I recently purchased as well. So let me know if you guys have a preference in terms of which one I review first. This is the KLA Yum Bougie Marshmallow, and then I also have the Fleur Vanilla Skin. So let me know in the comments down below which of these you'd like to see reviewed next. But I really appreciate you guys being here. If you are interested in more of my personal fragrance related content, I'll be doing a lot more of these perfume reviews in 2025. So make sure that you are subscribed by hitting that little subscribe button right below the video here. Don't forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.